an evil twin. I got me a Mary, he turned on Ashley. I can't wait for the day we gon' win. When we make it to the top, it's gonna be a movie. I stand on my toes, nigga, all 10. Don't play with my L's, they aim for me. I'm dancing with the devil, we taking these drugs, everything feel better on the high, not sober. Lord, forgive me, I roll with the demons, they taking your soul, so watch how you maneuver. They hate never end, gotta watch my friend, got a heart that's colder than December. We ain't beef, when I heard the smoke, we can match it. I'll take that risk for the members. I'm dancing with the devil, we taking these drugs, everything feel better on the high, not sober. Lord, forgive me, I roll with the demons, they taking your soul, so watch how you maneuver. They hate never end, gotta watch my friend, got a heart that's colder than December.
It's your boy Sammy Broken Guy, aka Cedii. Let me back in the video, man. Back here, that's me back on the extravaganza. And I said we back in the video, gang, man. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Today we got a good reaction, man. Shout out to my nigga Kid Nerd, nigga, you feel me? My boy be coming in clutch with the freaking mini documentaries, nigga, on the YouTube, nigga, you feel me, bro? But today we got a good reaction. Before we start this reaction, man, you feel me? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that 10,000 killies on the way. Dancing with the Devil out right now, man, you feel me? As you watching this, you know, I did a reaction to my own music video. I'll go watch that, you feel me? First LGR group video out right now, man, you feel me? Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all at LGR Cedii Dons, bro. You're gonna find me, bro. You feel me? Just type in LGR Cedii. You're gonna find me. I swear to God. Word too, nigga. Even on Snapchat, LGR Cedii Dons, nigga. You wanna talk to me on Snapchat? I be active on Snapchat, and if you watch my story, nigga, you feel me? Watch how I live, nigga. You heard? You feel me? But man, today we got the London 2011 riots, the real life purge, nigga. You feel me? Hey, man, I've heard somewhat about this. I don't know too much about it. London riots is crazy. I'm looking at the thumbnail. I see mad fire, mad burning buildings, bro. You feel me? So you can get into depth with that, man. You feel me? Since it's something I don't know nothing about, it's gonna be a good reaction, because you know I like to learn stuff. I like shit like this. I like the documentaries. I like the little documentaries. I like, you know, the long documentaries, all that shit. I love Netflix documentaries, all that. I love documentaries, bro. I watch documentaries over real movies any day. I swear to God, bro. You feel me? So let's get into it, guys. Let's go. I just pull up to the side. Yeah.
Summer of 2011 was a wild time in the UK. A young father was shot to death by police, and the community outcry after was one that no one expected. Today, we're...
Young father? Oh, is this the right that got Bando Cake's dad killed? Oh shit. Wait, he was the only one that got killed that night? Nah, I gotta pay attention to this one.
And the community outcry after was one that no one expected. Today, we're going into the London 2011 riots.
Damn, it's cool that shit in here, cuz. Wait a minute.
So to start this story, we have to go to North London in Tottenham. More specifically...
yeah, this is definitely, this is definitely Bando Case that. Damn, so I'm finally gonna get in depth. It's crazy because I was gonna watch another documentary. I'm probably still gonna watch it. It was like, it was longer than this one, though. I ain't gonna hold you. It was like 20 something. That's what kind of was holding me from watching it for y'all. I was gonna watch it by myself, but I was like, I should do it for y'all too, but thank God. Shout out to Kid Nerd, man. Word.
So to start this story, we have to go to North London in Tottenham. More specifically, a big housing project inside Tottenham called Broadwater Farm Estate. The housing project is quite notorious for its rich history of gang activity in the area. Nowadays, the estate is known to be the birthplace of a big rap collective called OFB. But before OFB, the area was known to be the origin of a notoriously dangerous gang called the Tottenham Mandem. A gang which had had one of the most deadly feuds in
the Tottenham Mandem, you feel me? So Bando K, like, so he basically was born into this shit, basically, huh? So he's really from the old. Bando K is like, he's the original old. Like, this is before Heady 1's time type shit, right? Like, Heady 1 probably had to be a teenager around this time, right? I don't know how Heady 1 is not that much older than. How old is Heady 1, like 30? Well, Bando K's what, like 21 now? Something like that? 22? So, I don't know. How old is... No, I want to know how old is Heady 1 for real. Let me see. I know it's not important, but it's important to me. I just want to know, because this nigga Bando K is the original old nigga. Word. Age. Oh, he's only 28. And Bando K is only 22? This would be a 6-year difference for real, for real. So they were both young, nigga, when his dad was running shit. Damn.
Notorious for its rich history of gang activity in the
28?
area. Nowadays, the
Shit.
estate is known to be the birthplace of a big rap collective called OFB. But before OFB, the area was known to be the origin of a notoriously dangerous gang called the Tottenham Anthem. A gang which had had one of the most deadly feuds in London history with an East London gang called Hackney Boys. But in the 2000s, the Tottenham Anthem splintered.
So the N in the N14, N17, N15 is just for north, right? So where Central C is at, I know he's in West London. Is it W12, W10? That's where he lives at, or is it still N10? No, it's not N over there, right? Isn't it W10, W12? Cause he's from the West. Or is it A? I'm not sure. I forgot.
Into several different batches across London, with different blocks and areas in Tottenham rolling with different names, which is when a group of friends from the Broadwater Farm Estate started calling themselves Star Gang. A well-known member of Star Gang was a man called Mark Duggan, who is actually the father of a well-known drill rapper who goes by the name of Bando K. Mark Duggan grew up on the Broadwater Farm Estate and was a very loved and respected person inside and outside of his estate, but he was heavily under the police radar, with him being named among Europe's most feared and violent criminals.
Damn, so my boy is on that. He was OJ before the O. Damn. R.I.P. that man. R.I.P. Mark, bro.
The police radar, with him being named among Europe's most feared and violent criminals, which led to him being investigated and followed by a special police unit called Operation Trident, which was
Trident.
this game.
No ads, bitch.
Was a police unit set up in 1998, which specifically fights gun crime and homicides inside the black community in the UK. And Operation Trident was on it more when there was talks of a retaliation hit after Mark Duggan's cousin, a man called Kelvin Easton, was stabbed to death inside a nightclub back in 2011. It was August the 4th when Trident officers decided to make their move on Mark Duggan. At 6:15 p.m, Mark was traveling through.
So 2011. Bando K is 22 now. I'm 23. I just turned 23. 2011, I was only 11. So Bando K was only 10 when he lost his dad. Probably 9, depending on the month and shit. And then... And Heady One was only 16. So Heady One probably was a little active. I'm not sure how active he was or how young he started. But you feel me? He definitely was old enough to know what was happening type shit. Damn, bro. That's crazy, man. I couldn't imagine losing my dad that young.
Decided to make their move on
Especially
Mark
if they were
Duggan. At 6:15 p.m, Mark was travelling through Tottenham in the back of a minicab, but inside the minicab with him was a shoebox with a loaded pistol inside, which he picked up around 15 minutes beforehand. While in the back of the cab, Mark starts to clock that a few unmarked cars are starting to follow his journey back to the Broadwater Farm Estate, and instantly he knew it was bad news. So he sent out a broadcast on his BlackBerry Messenger phone, saying Trident just jammed me. Not long after this message, one car pulls in front of Mark's minicab, with another car blocking the sideways and another blocking the cab from the back, forcing his minicab to stop. Mark tried to make a run for it, but he didn't get far before an officer shot Mark twice, with one bullet hitting him in the chest.
Yo, this is how it really looked. Oh, shit.
Leaving him unresponsive and bleeding out just outside his minicab. But instead of the officers to go help Mark out and take him to hospital to attempt to save his life, they were more focused on finding the handgun, leaving Mark to bleed out and die on the scene. Now, the officer who shot Mark said his reasoning was due to him seeing Mark holding the gun in his hand. And even if this was a valid reason for shooting Mark, as time goes by, the theory that Mark was
Nah, this story's way more like shocking than I thought. Like, I know it's police brutality and shit like that, but they black, bro. They came down 3 deep, nigga, 4 niggas in each V. Nigga, what the fuck is he? What else he supposed to do, nigga? He's listed as one of the most violent people, nigga. Of course he's gonna run, but shoot him though? There's 12 of y'all. 12, even if he had a gun. You think he's gonna kill all 12 of y'all? Y'all could have just got him with a leg us, bro. Even if they got him a leg us, he probably would have died, bled out, because they didn't help him. Nah, this is crazy. I would have rioted too, nigga. Word.
Even if this was a valid reason for shooting Mark, as time goes by, the theory that Mark was holding the gun at the time of his murder is becoming more and more impossible. First of all, Mark's DNA wasn't even on the gun, despite claims that Mark threw the gun with his bare hands just before he was shot. But this was also almost impossible. Mark was shot.
Nah, there's no way they all drew out the car with a blick, bro. Bro, son gotta... Come on, bro. Rifles, nigga. Pistol, my nigga. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 guns for one person that didn't have one, bro. No, that's OD.
Around 1.5 seconds after he left his minicab, in where he was only able to take a few steps before he was hit by the first bullet. So it would be quite hard for Mark to even find the time to throw the gun, which was somehow found 7 meters from where he was shot. And if that isn't enough to debunk this theory, the police officer who shot Mark said he didn't even see Mark throw the gun. It was another officer that said he threw the gun, which is very weird considering that Mark was literally right in front of him when the officer murdered him. What was most likely to have happened here is that the officers are trying to cover their tracks and could have potentially moved the gun from inside the minicab where Mark had left it and then placed it around 7 meters away to justify the killing. Residents of the Broadwater farm estate were furious and police were not given any answers to what had just happened. So 2 days after the brutal murder of Mark Duggan, on the 6th of August, friends and family of Mark marched from the Broadwater farm estate to Tottenham's police station to demand for answers of what just happened 2 days.
So the anniversary of his death just passed. That was on the 4th. Damn.
Ago. But instead of getting any answers, the marchers were welcomed to a wall of silence from police officers who crowded around the marchers. Time went by and people started to get more
Is that band okay?
Police officers who crowded
Is that band okay right here? It says we miss you, daddy. No homo.
Around the marchers. Time went by and people started to get more frustrated. And when the crowd started to get larger and more younger people started joining in, the peaceful protest started turning more aggressive. Especially after there was an alleged attack from a police officer on a 16-year-old girl who was protesting. By
16? Yo, nah, they're wild in the UK, I ain't gonna lie. I know it was 2011 and all that, but come on, bro. A girl, nigga? What is she gonna do to a police officer, bro? I'm not saying girls are weak or anything like that, but nigga, she's a girl, bro. Like, come on, bro.
At 10 p.m., Tottenham High Road was in anarchy. Police cars and buses were getting smashed and burnt, and the local police office was completely burned down. 26 police officers were injured throughout the night, starting the infamous 2011 riots. The news quickly spread around London, and a lot of people saw this as an opportunity to fight back on what a lot of people thought was a racist and oppressive.
I ain't gonna hold you though, like, burning all this shit down and shit like that, bro. To be honest, it don't really do anything for real, because the police are still gonna be police at the end of the day. You feel me? And you know, R.I.P to Mark, bro. You feel me? But he already died, bro. You feel me? The shit already happened. I understand y'all trying to like send a message or whatever, but I bet the police that killed Mark, nigga, still got his job. The police that was there at the scene still. Well, actually, I'm gonna wait, cause I don't know the ending result of this shit. Like, I don't know who got booked or who got a punishment for that, but shit. But I just feel like sometimes rioting, it don't make any sense. I feel like people just do it out of not anger, but there's no real motive behind a riot. Because why are you rioting? You know what I'm trying to say? All you just do is making it worse in a way.
Pressing police force. But some people also saw this as a quick way to loot some stores while the police had lost control of the streets. The next morning on August the 7th, police set up forces around Tottenham to prevent any riots which may happen throughout the day, especially after hearing talks from local gangs in Tottenham that they were going to bring carnage to the area. But at the time, feds couldn't comprehend how big the movement was. And while police were setting up around Tottenham and nearby areas in North London, on the other side of London in Britain, looting had already started before Tottenham even woke up, before the morning was even finished.
They said Brixton, so they was doing this everywhere. This is not even in Tottenham. Brixton. That's the 6-7 niggas and shit like that, right? Oh, they all cool too. They cool with the OFB niggas, so I don't know how far back they go. Cool, they cool with, but I know this not like type in the lines, you know, of respect there.
Police had
Oh wait, no, Brixton is not 6-7. Brixton Hill is part of the Hill Alliance, but Brixton is not like M24 and them and shit, and them niggas.
They lost control of London. Shops were looted, fires were burning, and police were nowhere to be seen in certain areas. And the country was put into a national emergency. During national emergencies, police use something called the airwave network that allows officers to tap into different areas around the country through their radio, which was first introduced heavily after the 2005 London bombings. The only issue was the air.
There was a bombing in 2005. I ain't gonna lie, the early 2000s was kind of crazy, nigga, for the world, nigga, because we got 9/11, the Pentagon shit. I didn't even know there was a bombing in 2005. I don't. If there's a video about that, let me know. If y'all know about that shit, let me know in the comments.
The wave network was down, leaving hundreds of thousands of officers clueless to what was happening at the time. The police didn't even know how many officers were on the ground, and it was quickly becoming apparent that the police was heavily under-equipped for the mass rioters, which was starting to build up throughout the day. Police cars were starting to run out, leaving thousands of officers stranded, with some even having to transport 3 buses, forcing officers...
Yo. Nah. Nah, the police in New England is broke, nigga. Word true. They gotta get buses, nigga. This would never happen in New York. New York got the most, like, they're their own gang over there, bro. If you ride in New York, you're stupid, nigga. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. You feel me? It's over. You feel me? They're just gonna dud you up. This is crazy. I've never seen a police have to hop in bus, nigga. The T's, nigga, they had to hop on the T? Nah, that's OD. Look at
starting to build up throughout the day. Police cars were starting to run out, leaving thousands of officers stranded, with some even having to transport 3 buses, forcing officers from outside of London to be sent inside the capital to try and help the officers out. But by this time, the riots even had spread outside of London. First with reports that a nearby county to London, called Hertfordshire, had a couple dealers being broke into. And soon there were even reports that around 3 hours away from London in Birmingham, a police station was in flames. The whole country was in anarchy. And no,
that's crazy.
London in Birmingham.
And it's crazy because I bet this police department had nothing to do with, like, you know what I'm trying to say? I feel like this is unnecessary, bro. Like, why? I know y'all trying to say fuck the police and shit, but I'm pretty sure this is government, you know, giving bread. They got the shit built probably in the next year. Better equipment, better, you know, facilities and shit like that. So it's like, I don't know. I sometimes I don't get like the riots and shit like that.
And soon there were even reports that around 3 hours away from London in Birmingham, a police station was in flames. The whole country was in anarchy, and no one knew what to do. Forcing shops to completely close down, leaving streets completely empty except from looters. This was the real-life purge. And more than an hour from Tottenham in Croydon, on the 8th of August,
you see what I'm saying? This has... These niggas don't even know Mark, bro. They just doing this. Like, they just doing it, nigga. You feel me, bro? I bet these niggas just threw the shit, you know, caused the fire, went home. Like, oh my God, that was so fun. I bet these niggas be like, this is for Mark. None of these niggas knew Mark. They just trying to do some shit, nigga. You feel me? I know everybody don't like the police, but Jesus, nigga. Golly.
20 p.m. The first casualty of the riots was caught, a young father of 4 called Trevor Ellis. This night was one of the most violent and lawless...
Maybe there is a reasoning behind this. Okay.
On the 8th of August, 9:20 p.m. The first casualty of the riots was caught, a young father of 4 called Trevor Ellis. This night was one of the most violent and lawless nights of the riots, and Croydon at the edge of South London was becoming a hotspot for looters. This was when Trevor Ellis and 2 of his friends, who started off in coastal...
No ads, nigga. No ads, bitch ass, nigga.
who were from an area called Brixton Hill in South London.
See, Brixton Hill, that's the 6-7 niggas and shit like that.
Trevor Ellis and two of his friends who were from an area called
But they're not 6'7", but like that's where Trap Times 10 is from.
Brixton Hill in South
10
London.
times.
Took a 17-minute drive in the black Ford Fiesta and parked it off on a road called Scarborough Road. When parked off, allegedly Trevor Ellis's friends went into a cash converters nearby to loot a couple items and then return back to the car. But while they were returning back to the car, Trevor and his two friends ended up getting into an altercation with a group of around 9 people who were also out for the same reasons. This ended with a silver Peugeot and a black Vauxhall Astra packed full of looters getting into a car chase with Trevor and his friends until they reached a junction on Duppers Hill Road. The two cars boxed in Trevor's back Ford Fiesta and got out of the car and shot several shots using a self-loading pistol, hitting Trevor in the head, killing the young father of 4 and creating the first casualty of the 2011 riots. But sadly, this wouldn't be the last, and still police could do nothing about it.
Like, this has nothing to do with the police, my nigga. These niggas is just crashing out over looting, nigga. Well, I'm not even gonna say it's overloaded. I don't know what their problem was, but oh my god.
So the members of public had to take situations into their own hands. In East London, the borough of Hackney was becoming a very popular place for looters, especially one area in Hackney called Dalston, where shops were starting to get hit up quite heavily. But a road in Dalston called Kingsland High Street was left pretty much untouched. See, Kingsland High Street has a lot of shops which are run by the Turks, which are Turkish people. They saw what was happening to all shops around them, so they made a pact to team up and defend the high street against any attackers, and it actually worked. Same thing with an area in South London.
Oh shit. So these riots like made these niggas turn on each other. You see what I'm trying to say? This is my point. This shit started with Mark and ended up having to do nothing with Mark, nigga. Like, these niggas just wanted to crash out, and they wanted a reason to crash out, bro. No cap.
With Elton, locals from the area, mostly fans of a local football team called Millwall, got together and started patrolling the streets, protecting their local shops. And the same thing was happening all the way on the other side of England, in the city of Birmingham. Local Asian shop owners and families gathered up to protect the area called Winson Green. The day was August 10th, and around 50 to 100 Asian people, armed with sticks and bricks, were out waiting for anyone who would loot any shops in the area. But throughout the night, cars started...
When they say Asian, they mean people from like the Middle Eastern, right? Type shit, like in India and shit like that, right? Like they talking about that, India, you know what part of Asia I'm talking about. Cause I know a lot of people when they think Asian, they automatically think Chinese or Japanese or, you know, but niggas don't know, you know, India is in Asia, you feel me, bro? But you wouldn't really call them Asian. Well, it's not public perception. They're not Asian, because, you know, Asians already got their own stereotype or whatever. They're like Middle Eastern or whatever, I guess.
Started passing by looking for trouble, which ended with a car driving more than 40 miles per hour into a crowd, killing 3 men defending their local territory. Next day back in London, sadly another life was lost to the riots. A 68-year-old called Richard Bowles died in St Mary's Hospital after a 3-day fight on life support. A few days before this, on August the 8th, Ealing in West London was under fire, just like everywhere else in London, and groups of looters started gathering around the area, setting alight shops and looting them, right in front of herds of officers that could do nothing. This was when Richard approached the group and had a dialogue with them, which till now no one really knows what was said. After this, Richard attempted to stamp out a fire which had started in a rubbish bin, but while Richard was stamping it out, a rioter struck Richard in the head, knocking him out cold. Several officers saw this, but couldn't get to Richard with a large group of people fighting back officers who
Yo, no, this is OD.
Richard attempted to stamp out a fire which had started in a rubbish bin, but while Richard was stamping it out, a rioter struck Richard in the head, knocking him out cold. Several officers saw this, but couldn't get to Richard with a...
Once again, this shit... These niggas are just crashing out, bruh. R.I.P. Richard Bowles.
Large group of people fighting back officers who tried to get close to him, until riot shield officers managed to back off the rioters and shield him until paramedics took Richard away. CCTV footage even picked up that rioters even pickpocketed his wallet and phone while he was laying down.
A dead 68-year-old that these niggas just knocked out, and y'all gonna stab. Y'all said stab. Y'all gonna steal from him, nigga? Not help the man, bro. Yeah, niggas is tweaking, man.
Unconscious in a pool of blood. And sadly, a few days after he was pronounced dead. But while all this was going on, a control room in Lambeth in South London was watching everything, with thousands of cameras set up across London being monitored by senior officers in the room, with phone calls alongside social media platforms being watched by riot suspects. Back in 2011, the whole of London was locked in on a messaging platform called BlackBerry Messenger, which was a messaging software exclusive to a phone called Blackberries, which literally everybody had at the time. And this was a big way police caught a lot of rioters in the act, intercepting messages and statuses of planned looting and chaos, which ended
My dad used to have the kickflip, nigga. I used to think that was the coolest shit ever.
with more than 3,000 arrests connecting to the riots. And the judges were not playing with the sentences. They were really trying to prevent this from happening again. So dished out some of the harshest sentences the UK had seen in a while. A woman who wasn't even part of the riots, but received a pair of shorts which was stolen during the riots, received a 5-month sentence in prison, which is crazy. Overall,
5 months is crazy. I see why these niggas is rioting, nigga.
the 2011 riots was a chaotic time, and more than a decade later from the riots, people say nothing's really changed. Quite recently, we have even
That's what I'm trying to say, my nigga. What's the point of rioting, bro? Nothing's gonna change, nigga. If y'all had did like a protest, okay, yes, and kept to the protest, stood by it, nigga, did not go home. We gonna change, we gonna talk to the leader, Alright, you feel me, bro? R.I.P to this man too. I think he's a 6'7", nigga.
seen another issue of a police killing another unarmed black man called Chris Cabba, and it all just seems like history is repeating itself again. But that's a story for another day. It's been your boy Kid Nerd, and peace out.
Man, Kid Nerd, beautiful fucking video, my boy. I ain't gonna hold you, but yeah, man, police just gotta do better, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. But also the people of the cities that this shit's happening, y'all gotta do better too. Y'all gotta respond better, bro. Cause it's just like, nigga, y'all just doing this just to get more time, just for the police just to fuck with y'all even more. You heard? So it's like, I don't know. You just gotta do better, man. You just gotta do better. But hope y'all enjoy this, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that, man. 10,000 kills on the way, man. Comment down everything y'all need to know, bro. Anything y'all think is important for me to know, all that shit, man. You feel me? LGR first video out right now, nigga. Group video out right now, man. Dance with the Devil out right now, man. You feel me? Music video out right now. You heard? We out of here on the gang. You heard? Out right now. Not even back. It's our first video, man. You feel me? Big LGR shit, nigga. You feel me? You feel me? We got jobs out of the low, nigga. You feel me? We got over here. We got my boy smoking over here, man. You feel me? Y'all smoking.
Oh.
Y'all smoking, man. You got LA. Oh!
Yeah, shit.
Man, these skinny,
Oh, shit. Nah,
I said he don't say it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Nando.
Don't do it.
Oh, shoot. Damn.
We got Macho Beast. Turn it out. We got Macho Beast, but today, bro, you gotta play a game with 50, man. You feel me?